Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial on a new opportunity to come and work for the EU institutions. We have reopened a competition to select specialists in the field of nuclear energy, and you read this correctly. We have reopened this competition, meaning that we had initially published this opportunity in October 2023. We had to pause it at the time, but we can now reopen it, so you can apply again now for this competition. What are the novelties that come with this reopening? Firstly, we have shifted to a full 24 language regime. I will explain in a minute what this exactly entails. And secondly, in the tests that candidates have to sit, we have replaced the case study by a written test. Again, I will explain in a minute what this means. Some important messages. People who had already registered back in October, November last year, they must revisit their application and revalidate it again. If they don't do so, they are no longer considered to be candidates in this competition, so this is important. Secondly, these people can use this opportunity to, if they wish so, change their test language choice, and they can add new information to their application as new degrees or new acquired professional experience, for instance, all depending and relevant to the competition. So take this opportunity and don't miss out this opportunity also for the old candidates. As usual, we have published on our competition page this visual which shows you the different steps to take from applying to becoming a successful candidate, and in the next few slides I will walk you through these several different steps. Important to know is that this competition has two fields. Field 1 is nuclear safeguard inspectors and field 2 is policy officers in nuclear energy. If you want to take part in this competition, you must choose one field. You cannot take part in both fields. You see the number of successful candidates there as well, quite high numbers, so take your chance, I would say. The eligibility criteria. You need either a master in a relevant field plus 6 years of work experience, or a bachelor plus 7 years of relevant experience, or if you have a PhD in one of the relevant fields, you only need 2 years of experience in the relevant field. For the nuclear safeguards inspectors field, so the field number 1, you can also take part if you have a bachelor in any other field plus 9 years of experience in the relevant field. Now, I keep saying relevant a lot. I refer to the notice of competition, where you will find a list of relevant areas and activities, and your degree and experience must be relevant to both an area and an activity to be eligible for this competition. So please do read that notice of competition very carefully, because it holds all information needed to understand what this eligibility criteria exactly means. You find the notice of competition on the competition page in the right-hand column under important documents. Then, of course, there is also a language criterion. You need to master 2 different official EU languages, one at level C1 minimum and one at level B2 minimum. And both your languages can be chosen from the 24 official languages. This is exactly what I meant when I said up front that we shifted to a full 24 language regime. This is exactly what it means. You can choose for both your language 1 and language 2 from the 24 official languages. The C1 level and the B2 level are just indicative. You do not have to prove your language level by any certificate or other. Just by sitting the tests and being successful in the tests proves that you master the language sufficiently. The selection procedure is the obvious one, or the normal one in a way. It has 3 stages. There is an application stage, then a testing stage, and of course there is a result stage. I will go in detail in these 3 steps in a minute. As you can see in the middle, the case study has been replaced by a written test. Again, I will come back to this in a couple of minutes. Once you are a successful candidate, you can be recruited mainly for posts available in our services based in Luxembourg, and we also have some posts available in the different JRC sites. I'll speak about them in a minute as well. As you can see the pop-up here, you sit these 3 tests in one single day, and you sit them all remotely, so basically from home. You don't have to travel to a test center to sit these tests. The posts available in the JRC sites, JRC means Joint Research Centers, and we have 5 centers outside of the headquarters in Brussels, 1 in the Netherlands, 1 in Belgium, 1 in Germany, in Italy, and in Spain. And we have some vacancies there as well for people who are successful in this competition. So, in detail, the application phase starts, of course, with the creation of an EPSO account. If you already have one, do not create a second one. You can only have one EPSO account to take part in any competition that we offer. You apply, of course, through our website, and you can fill your application in any of the 24 languages. You must validate your application by 23 April latest, midday Brussels times. So also, again, I can't repeat it enough, also the people who have already applied initially in October, November last year, they must validate again by the 23rd of April. You will be asked to upload your supporting documents, degrees and work experience by the 18th of June this year. The testing phase has three different tests. First, we assess your reasoning skills. We test your verbal, numerical and abstract reasoning skills in language 1. You see the number of questions and the duration there, also the scoring as mentioned. This is a pass-fail scoring, meaning that you need to reach at least 10 out of 20 for verbal reasoning and 10 out of 20 combined for numerical and abstract reasoning. So just reaching this pass mark is enough to be still in the running for a place on the list of successful candidates. You can score lower, you can score higher of course, but it doesn't matter how you score as long as you reach the 10 out of 20 two times. Have a look at our sample tests available on our website where you can get familiar with these kind of questions. They are available in all languages and it gives you an idea of the level of difficulty of these tests. There's also a time factor involved, and by training this you get better at this. The second test is a field-related test. You take this test in language 2, 30 questions, multiple choice again, in 40 minutes, scoring on 30 points. This time your score will be ranked, so just reaching the pass mark of 15 out of 30 will very probably not be enough to be ranked among the best performing candidates. Okay, so try and score as high as possible to secure your place on the list of successful candidates. The third test is indeed this written test, no longer a case study, but a written test, again in language 2, a 45-minute test scored on 10, again a pass-fail score, so you just need to reach minimum 5 out of 10. Through this test, we test your written communication skills. The subject of the test will be related to nuclear energy, and the written test is basically an open essay type of test where you have to develop this subject in a free text basically. The best ones, so people who have passed both reasoning skills and written test and who score among the highest, who score the highest points in the second test, will be the people that are successful, and they will be listed on this reserve list. The reserve list is the basis for recruitment, so when a service has a vacancy, they will consult this list and invite 3, 4, 5 people to a job interview based on their CV basically, and the best fit to match the vacancy will be offered the job, and that person can then start working for the EU institutions. The other people stay on the reserve list and will be offered another opportunity later on. I can't stress enough to read the notice of competition carefully, because this document really holds all information you need to know to take part in this competition. If you still have questions to us, please reach out to us through the web form on our website. Also follow us on social media where we keep you updated on all other upcoming opportunities. Good luck with this competition. See you. Bye-bye.